What's up, YouTube? It is your girl, Eileen Harris, coming at you from Houston, Texas, and I'm here with my co-host who refuses to come to the camera because he prefers to be jumping on the couch and not have mommy time. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Yeah. So, since my Aiden talked... Oh, there he is! Say hi!
Hi!
So, since he doesn't want to stay still, I decided just to tell you guys a quick little mommy story that happened to my husband and I this past weekend. It was Sunday that it happened, and I think a lot of moms can relate to this. So, here it goes. Say hi. Okay, so on Sunday, my husband and I went to the grocery store to do our to do our grocery shopping, and it was at the end of our trip when we decided. Well, I told him, you know what, I need, some eyebrow pencil. Thank you. I need an eyebrow pencil, and I also need some eyeliner. Let me go to the cosmetic section real quick while you're doing this, and just get what I need. Of course, it took me longer than expected because, as I get distracted. I love makeup. Anyway, so one of the workers had left her cart of stuff that she was restocking right there in the aisle. So my husband came back, and I'm moving towards the other end of the cosmetic section because they've made like a pretty big cosmetic area. And so moving to the other end of the cosmetic section, and so I had to go around her cart. And so I'm trying to go around her cart, but I didn't realize that when in the process of me going around the cart, my son had gone to the other end of the cart. He was sitting down in the front, but he had leaned over to the end of the cart and had put his hands on the railing. So what happened? His finger got his finger. Which is your finger? That one? Yes.
Yes.
His finger got jammed between carts. So he starts screaming, and I go ahead and I grab him, and I'm trying to find out what's wrong with him, and I see that his finger had the mark of where it jammed between carts. So I'm holding him, and I'm holding him, and I'm comforting him and kissing him, and I grab his finger and I start kissing his little finger, and one of the workers, hey, I'll give you agüita, but stop. Hold on. I will be back. Okay, I'm back. Anyway, so as I was saying, so his finger, where was I? So his finger got jammed. I start holding him and giving him a kiss, and then the lady comes. Okay, so the worker comes who I'm assuming was her cart, and she starts telling me, yes, mommy, kiss the finger, and I'm like, oh, okay, who is this? Whatever. And then she starts saying, such a pretty girl. What is her name? And I'm thinking like, okay, lady, now, granted, it was a hot, humid day in Houston, and he has a lot of hair, and his hair was, extra poofy that day. So because it was so hot, I put it in a ponytail. So, granted, I knew that I had never gotten that before as many times as I put his hair in a ponytail. But, so, when she said that, I'm busy comforting him, and my husband, because I didn't answer. I was busy with my son. So, my husband went and said, oh, thank you. His name is Aiden. And she didn't hear him, so she said, I'm sorry. She said again, he is so pretty. She is so pretty. What is her name? And my husband again said, thank you so much. his name is Aiden. Like, you know, lady, hello, Aiden, boy, his name is Aiden. Hey, are you done? And so instead of correcting herself, she said, "Oh, hi, Ada. That is such a pretty name for a pretty girl." And I'm like, you are pretty. But you're handsome. In the car. It's raining, guys. It's raining. So I walk away because in the middle of this, you know, he's still crying. His finger is red. I'm like, oh my gosh, is it broken? It was a little swollen. So I go to the pharmacy section where they have some lollipops, and I sat down, and my husband got him one, and you know, we're comforting our son. So I told him, I was like, babe, you told her like twice, but it was a he, and she kept saying she and her and all that stuff. So by that time, you know, he calmed down. He had his lollipop or sucker, whatever you guys call them, and we walk back to that section. And so I can finish getting what I was. So I could finish getting what I was getting, and then, you know, we quickly left. I didn't see her any longer, so we quickly started walking up back the aisle, going towards the register. That way we can go home. And she comes back. So she comes back. She goes, "Oh, I'm so glad she's so much better." And I'm just like, okay. So I said, "Thank you. He is doing much better." And again, she repeated the same thing. And I said, "Thank you. He is," and I'm telling you, thank you, baby. When I enunciate the H part, he is doing much better. She clearly, either she didn't hear me, although she was standing like right there, or she just was not, or was refusing to. So either she wasn't hearing me, like I said, even though she was standing like right there, or right there, or she just refused to acknowledge what I was saying, the fact that you know, he was a he. And furthermore, she went and went ahead and started telling me, she starts telling me a story about her daughter who is she told me, I think she's in her 30s or her 40s or something like that, and started telling me how in her daughter, when she was younger, they would tell her how pretty she was, and how she kept saying, you know, I know, and blah, 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 whatever. So, I guess the point of me saying this story is that if you see a child that has their hair... Okay, so obviously I had to record this again. Well, not record it again. I had to put my son to sleep because he was being very, very cranky. And yeah, a cranky child is not something that a parent loves to deal with. So he's down for a nap. I actually started recording before, and he came out. I might have been too loud. Came out. He just stared at me and just stood there. I'm like, okay, gotta be quieter. So anyway, I'm gonna try to be a little bit more quieter than I was before. But so the point of the story is that if you want to come... I'm so paranoid. Let me tell you something. You can be this hardcore person and, you know, a strict parent, but you put your toddler to sleep and you think you hear them getting off the bed and walking towards that door, you will jump. You will be so paranoid for every single noise to see if your child woke up. Okay, so, yeah. The moral of the story, or the point of my whole story, is that if you ever see a parent with a child and you want to compliment them, and I say compliment because unsolicited advice is not needed unless it's warranted, but if you ever want to compliment a child and you don't know if it's a girl or boy, look for clues like what are they wearing, what's their name, and if you still don't know and you call them she when it's a he, then listen to see if they correct you, because then you just come off as being insensitive or deaf. Nothing against deaf people, I'm just saying. So, but yeah, so that's my story for today, and I hope you guys have an amazing weekend. If you like this story, these type of stories, and you would love to hear more mommy stories or just stories in general, give this a big thumbs up. And if you have any comments, comment below. I'm gonna put my follow me information below, and if you want to send me an email and tell me how much you love me and appreciate me, I will put that email below. And hit subscribe. Yeah, that red and white button, well, red button, white letters that says subscribe. Hit subscribe and become part of this crazy thing called life with me. Come on this journey with me, and I will love you forever. Yeah, also, before I go, I did want to tell you guys to have, I know I said to have an amazing weekend, but I really mean that, especially this weekend, with everything that's going on in our nation. Have a blessed weekend, whether you are a cop, not a cop. If you're a human being, have a good weekend. And love on somebody this weekend. Maybe somebody from a different race that you would never think you would approach. Loving them. If you are intimidated by cops, love on them, because we're human, and this nation needs a lot of love and a lot of healing, and it needs to start with ourselves. And if you don't do it for you, do it for your children, because either your children are going to have to fix the mess that has never been fixed, or the cycle is going to continue for the next generation, next. So, alright, that's all I'm going to say about that. So, have a blessed weekend, and I love you guys, and thank you so much for watching. And yeah, so remember, it's like, subscribe, share, and comment or email me if I would love to hear from you guys. Bye!